Good morning, Plum here, playing World of Warships. This is a replay. This is a game I had last night in the Atago, my tier 8 premium Japanese cruiser, and it's a formidable vessel even though it's incredibly weak. It is like a light tank in World of Tanks, this vessel. Unless you're going straight forwards with it, then it's okay, but if you're showing broadsides in this thing, you've got to be so careful, because the whole side, if I can bring up my cursor, this whole side here is pretty much a citadel. It's enormous, the citadels on this thing. That's why I believe Wargaming decided to give it a, down here, you do get the repair skill on this, and I've got the superintendent, so I get extra ones. I've got 4 repair skills, so I can initiate repairs, which you do need to do quite a bit. Even at angles like this, you still get hit in the citadel, it seems. It's a pretty thinly armoured beast of a ship. It's got the 203 guns, and some really good torpedoes on it, actually. The torpedoes, if it shows them to us, I don't think it's going to in a replay. They're not super slow, they're not super fast, they're just pretty reasonable, and you get 4. But the important thing is when you're using your torpedoes, you can actually, you see them there, those ones there, they can fire out the front of the ship at quite an acute angle actually, so you can surprise enemy ships by firing them much earlier than they'd expect from a cruiser. Most cruisers, like these rear mounted torpedo launchers, can only launch from the back half of the ship, whereas the Atago, you can fire the front of the ship as well, which makes it an incredibly versatile ship, which I guess is the role of a cruiser. You can see here I am using my torpedoes. There's the arc. You can see how far forward you can fire those forward ones. The only sort of drawback is they're both not capable of doing that. One fires the back half of the ship, one fires the forward half of the ship, which can be a little bit limiting sometimes. So I've taken some shots at the Amagi over there. I think I set him on, no I didn't set him on fire, I only hit him 3 times, but this game is going to get going in the last half, believe me, and at the end of it I felt like I'd run a marathon, standing there absolutely exhausted, and maybe not for all the right reasons, but we're lucky there. We do take some damage from a battleship, but it doesn't actually miss the citadel, thank goodness. Can we tell where he hit me? I'm not sure that we can. Oh, there it is. A little bit of glowing red just in there. See, just like World of Tanks. You can see where you've been hit. So I'm going to speed this up a little bit so we get to all the action, all the good stuff. And this is a ranked battle, and I'm at rank 10 currently. I got into it the match before this one. I got into rank 10, slipped back to rank 11, had a couple of bad games, then managed to claw my way back to rank 10. And then I had this game last night to finish on, and believe me, this was the last game I wanted to play last night. It was late anyway, but I think even if it wasn't, I was so exhausted, mentally, physically. You'll see. Let's speed this up. I did use my sonar ability. I knew there was a destroyer over there, so that gave me the heads up on his torpedoes coming. I'm finding the sonar is so much more useful in ranked battles. You infrequently get aircraft carriers in ranked battles. Maybe 1 in 6 battles as an aircraft carrier, so where you could use the anti-air perk. I always forget what it's called every single time. I'd rather have the sonar to detect torpedoes. So I've come about down to the eastern end of the map to try and help the team capitalise on keeping Bravo secure. We are losing this on points. They did kill ships and take caps quicker than we did, so they are sitting on 672 while we're only on 375, but things are even currently. They've got 2 destroyers, 2 battleships. We've got 2 battleships, myself in my cruiser and a destroyer. So I see the Amagi over here coming in. I also have been I'm aware that there is the Fubukai destroyer just the other side of this island, so I've still got my sonar working, which I'm most happy about. I'll put this down to normal speed now because this bit's exciting. Come about the island, I'm hoping the Fubukai might come around behind me, and I've got my rear torpedoes ready to fire at him, but he's not, he's over there. Sorry, it's a Hatsuharu, that's my memory for you, and the Amagi coming in. So I'm just sailing right at an Amagi and a Hatsuharu. Now the best thing I can do is put my ship between 2 of them, because I've got torpedo launchers on both sides. I see he's sitting on 6,700. I'm pretty sure I can hit him with my guns and take him out. So I'll start sailing towards his torpedoes, hoping the Atago can manoeuvre quick enough. I've got to remove the Hatsuharu because that's where my guns are pointed. I'm going to kill the battleship with my torpedoes, hopefully. get my shots off, kill the destroyer, turn my attention to the Amagi. He's only 2 kilometers away, so I should have learnt my lesson here with what happens at the end of this game. Get my shots off at him. First one missed, second one hits, third one hits, fourth one misses, leaves him on 1400, but he's not going to avoid the rear spread of torpedoes. I take him out. I can use my repair skills, get the fire put out. I can use one of my 2 of my remaining repair party skills and get some of those repairs back, and I'll be back up to half my hit points. So a lot happened in that brief moment then, and I'm buzzing now. I'm absolutely buzzing. It's not often that you can use both sides of your torpedo launchers in one moment in a game of World of Warships, but it happened then, and it was really exciting at the time, I can tell you. Now I'm thinking, how can I win this? How can we win this? Because we've got a battleship. He's on 30,000 hit points. The enemy Amagi is on 38,000 hit points, but they've got kind of the ace in the hole. They've got a destroyer, and he's over there near that battleship. So I want to try and get over there as quickly as possible. I ask him in chat if he can stall somehow. I don't know how you're supposed to stall in battleships. It's not like you can just reverse behind a building and play peekaboo. It's a battleship. You've just got to kind of sit and make yourself as untouchable as possible. And he's getting advice from people saying, don't show your broadside, Colorado. You can look at the mini-map, and he's well angled at the moment for the battleship. But it's that pesky destroyer. He's over here somewhere. But where is he? Let me just speed it up a touch. He's going to appear in a minute, the destroyer. So I'm probably aware that my torpedoes will be reloaded. There's the destroyer. But he's got very low hit points. I'll put you back into my viewpoint that I was using. So I'm trying to hit this guy, because if I can just hit him with 2 shells, he'll probably die. And then it'll be 2 against 1. But he has taken a devastating blow. He is showing his broadside to the enemy battleship. They're showing them to each other, but the enemy battleship is doing a lot more damage to our battleship than we're doing to him, unfortunately. Now, I do manage to hit him, I think. There we go. That's a good blind shot and pick up high caliber. I'm just hoping he's close enough to the Colorado now that he's going to get automatically detected. So he's sitting broadside onto the enemy battleship. I'm thinking this isn't going to end well. I've got to kill that destroyer. The destroyer is my worst enemy right now. So I put over a nice spread. I'm hoping just one of those will connect, and 1, 2, there we go. Now I'm suddenly thinking, oh my god, this is it. This is the carry moment. Strap your carry pants on, Plum. This is it. You can kill this Amagi with your torpedoes. You can't kill him with your guns. That's going to be exceedingly difficult. So just close the distance. Close the distance. Get as close as you can before launching your torpedoes. Now I'm thinking get close as I can. But do I get as close as I can before I launch my torpedoes? The reason I'm saying this is because of course I don't. And it's tense when my torpedoes go out, I'll tell you. I predict where he's going to turn, so I don't aim at the grey where the torpedo aiming indicator says he's going to be. I do make my own mind up on that one. So because I've got my forward facing ones, you can see them working here. They are brilliant. He knows I've got torpedoes. He's a tier 8 battleship captain. He's probably seen plenty of Atagos. Maybe he even owns one. I don't know. I set him on fire. So there's the grey. I think he's going to turn in. He's going to turn away from that. He's not going to keep sailing on that direction. So I'll put those there. And they're closing on him pretty quickly. But I think no, he's already gone quite straight. And I make a fatal mistake there. I've turned broadside onto him to get the rear ones off. I shouldn't have done that. That was the big error. It's a real shame that I did that in the end, because he's just going to have happy days now. I think I underestimated how quickly the Amagi can turn, actually. The Japanese ones can turn jolly quickly, and it's the end of the game, and I'm absolutely gutted. I can't believe it. Let's get to my post-game stats screen. And as you can see, it was quite a haul in the end of medals and credits and XP on that match, and I was so angry with myself for not closing the distance even more. If I hadn't have turned even that little bit to launch that first spread, I could have probably taken another salvo of his main guns, and I could have zoomed out, seen which way his forward deck guns were facing, gone the opposite side of the ship and only had to take fire then from 2 of his rear guns, and come right alongside him, because he'd just initiated a hard turn, so his speed was bleeding away, whereas mine was steady and strong, and I could have closed that distance down to less than a kilometre and not missed. And I was lying in bed last night, not going to sleep, just running it over and over in my mind, thinking, oh, you complete idiot, Plum. It happens. Anyway, nearly 500,000 credits, 2,700 XP, 137 free. It's almost like a winning XP and score. I'd be quite happy with that if I'd won. And we did pick up high caliber. I could have had 4 ships. And game or two ago with the Atago, I did get 4 ships in the Atago. I might even dig that replay out at some point because it was a pretty good match. Team scores, managed to come top on the team, 1200 losing XP. It was a really intense game of Warships, and I absolutely had a blast with it, taking out the other a Maggie? Amagi? Sorry, I keep thinking it's the actual screen. Yeah, the other Amagi and the destroyer, the Hatsuharu, with both sides of my my vessel. That's where it's formidable, getting this thing in close. You've got such firepower at your fingertips with those torpedoes and those guns against destroyers. That worked out beautifully. I'd have been happy with that match if I'd been killed after that because of what happened in that moment, but to lose it at the end like that was such a noobish thing to do. But a lot of it was my heart pounding in my chest. I've just got to get these torpedoes out, I can't be killed, and I didn't think it through. Once I showed my broadside, that was it. It was all over, essentially. And I've got to remember that those Imperial Japanese Navy battleships, they can turn, they can turn pretty quickly once they get that rudder turned over. So bear that in mind next time you're playing this game and you're up against a Japanese battleship. Don't underestimate them at close quarters. Anyway, it was a good game all round. Like I say, you probably hear the despair in my voice. I could have won that. I had the firepower to beat him. I just had to angle my ship and get closer. So that's why I want to show it to you, just to illustrate the lesson of getting as close as you can to a battleship. Timing those shots that he fires from his main guns, trying to count them off. They're normally about 30 seconds between shots on big battleships. So if you know he's just fired his guns, you've got 30 seconds of manoeuvring time before he's going to fire again. You know, maximise that time, and I should have got closer. Get closer is probably going to be the name of this thumbnail, I think, on this video. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my despair and my anguish. I'm a sadist. Keep your heads down, drink plenty of water, and I'll play World of Warships again. Maybe today, I don't know. It's a quick video because, well, I say quick, I'm rambling on. I'm exceedingly busy with work at the moment, and I'm finding it quite difficult to pin in 30 minutes to make a video, so bear with me on that one. Anyway, hope you have a good day. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.